It finally happened. Tesla stock is now under $200. The question is now what? Do you buy? Do you sell? Do you panic sell? Do you panic buy? Do you just avoid the market? You don't look at your portfolio? Do you sell your house to buy more Tesla stock? Do you sell your entire Tesla stock to pay your rent? Okay, actually, you shouldn't be investing money that needs to be paid for rent in the stock market. That's a very bad idea. But sheesh, less than 200 bucks per share. What do we do, man? Come on, Paige. You said at this time around the stock price is going to be around 300, 400 bucks per share. What happened? Why is the stock down, man? Come on, man. I'm all in just like you. Guys, relax. This is not my first time going through a crash. In fact, this is my third stock market crash that I'm going through and the fifth correction. Well, I mean, this is not a correction. This is more of a crash. But what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that from experience, these are the times to get finger licking deep inside these high quality stocks. It doesn't have to be Tesla, but for me it's Tesla because I'm all in Tesla and the value I see is crazy. But if you are buying Tesla stock at 400 or even 300, why are you scared to buy the stock at 188? What changed for you? What fundamental has changed in Tesla? Let me answer that question for you so you don't have to think about it. Nothing. Nothing has changed. In fact, they've gotten better, they're hitting record numbers, they're stronger than ever, and the fundamentals are a lot more stronger than it was last year. So personally for me, guys, when I see the prices at 188 in 2022 while they're hitting record numbers across the globe and just scaling like this, I just can't help myself. I'm just going all in into Tesla stock even more. In fact, let me show you guys something. I've made a shirt that says go all in because I'm that in a Tesla stock. I'm telling you guys. I'll make a separate video exposing how many Tesla shares I have soon. Maybe at the end of the year when I add more, when I buy a whole lot more in these stinking cheap prices. But what I want to do in this video, guys, is that, you know, to calm you guys down, to relax. Stop looking at Tesla stock every flipping second. Unless you're buying. But if you're just holding and thinking of selling, just stop panicking. Please stop panicking. It won't matter in 5-10 years. In fact, in 5 to 10 years, you're gonna look back and say, wow, why didn't I invest more? And I'm gonna show you guys a couple of examples of exactly this. Before we get into it, man, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, man. Let's go. So as you guys can see on my screen, this is Apple stock. That's right, not Tesla stock, but this is Apple stock. And look at the graph. Just look at that. From 2005, it was trading at, what is it? What's the number? Trading at 60 cents. Now it's at $137. That's like 300x, even with the crash from 2005 till now. Like that's absolutely crazy. But that's not the point of this video. The point is let's go back to the 2008 crash. All right. I want to show you guys the 2008 crash. Let me just go ahead and scroll in. This is the weekly interval. Let's go ahead and do it daily because I want to show you guys how low Apple stock got in the 2008 crash. By the way, when they released their iPhone in like the middle of the recession, I think it was June of 2007. That's when the revolution came, the iPhone revolution came. Everyone got adapted to iPhone. Same thing what's happening right now with Tesla, with vehicles. Looking at it in 2007, again, it was June of 2007. So here we go, right here, June of 2007. We can see that bump. They announced that the stock went up from $4.36 all the way up to a peak of $5.21. So a 25 to 30% growth within like the same month, which is absolutely insane. And then it crashed back down, and then it went up, and then a recession started in December of 2007, literally the start of 2008, which the stock was at $6.96, which is kind of funny. And then the stock crashed from $6.96 all the way down to $4.28, and then there was another massive rally all the way up to almost $7, again recovering, only for it to fall back down all the way down as low as, let's see how low this was. Going down $2.79. If we look at the chart, just look at the chart. Look at this. This is the crash, right? At a high of $7 if you bought then, and it crashed down to 2009 of $2.79, you would have lost more than 60% of your money. In fact, 70% of your money. And you know what's funny? This is what Tesla stock looks like right now. Let's go see Tesla stock right now. What does that look like? This is Tesla stock, and this is Apple stock. Tesla stock, Apple stock. Tesla stock now, Apple stock, then, you see how similar it looks? Now, I'm not a technical guy. I don't look at technical things. I buy for the long term, 5-10 years. But sometimes reviewing these charts makes you wonder, maybe I shouldn't be as fearful as I am now. Let's go back to Apple for a second. Look at that, 2 big humps. And then when did it start recovering? Literally the same year in March from 2009, March of 2009. And then just look at that roar. Look at that. It just keeps going up and up. And obviously you have some few corrections on the way, like from 2012 from 25 bucks and then drops down to 14 bucks, almost like a 40% loss. But then if you kept holding, you kept buying, up it goes, up it goes, up it goes, and just keeps going up and up and up and up. It just went to the moon. It just went to the flipping moon. All right. Now let's look at Amazon, but let's go back to the 2001 crash. So here's Amazon in the 2001 crash. Could you imagine 1998? It was trading at like 35 cents. That's absolutely insane. But at that time, in 1998, that's when the dot-com bubble was like bursting. And Amazon was part of that big burst. So from 38 cents, 39 cents, it roared up twice to $5, right? Twice to like $5 range, just more than that. With a span of just 1 year. That's insane. And then the dot-com bubble happened. From $5 went all the way down to 30 cents again. Back to where it was. That's insane. In 2001, they became profitable for the first time. And obviously, if you were fearful in this crash and you were going all in into Amazon or, investing heavily into Amazon and you sold, well, my friend, that's fear taking over you. That's not doing due diligence. And because of that, you missed to see that they actually hit a profit that year. And it was just up from then. Look at the chart from 2001. Oh, look at that. Look at that from 2001. All 30 cents, right? From 2001 all the way to 2003. $3. 10xing your money. And then another drop. A little bit, then boom, in 2008, and again with the big crash we had, the big recession we had, it jumped from $2 all the way up to again $5, crashing back all the way down to $1.75, and then they recover from the crash. And just look at that. Look at that. Just keeps going up and up and up to what Amazon is now. Let's take another example, all right? Let's go ahead and look at Google, because Google is a strong company too. They had a massive bull run from 2004 all the way to 2008 before the crash, which they hit an all-time high of $18. Then it crashed down all the way down to $6.50. That's absolutely insane. After reaching this low, they started to go back up. Started to go back up. And now, just look, Google is one of the biggest companies out there. And even now at this price, it's just an amazing, steal. Not just for Google, for Amazon, even for Apple, even for Tesla. I mean, Tesla's number one, by the way. But I'm just saying, sheesh, these opportunities out there is absolutely insane right now. The fear is real, but my greed is even more real. I've bought so much these past couple days, guys, when the stock went below 200 that I'm honestly broke. I think in the next video, you will not see these tables and chairs and stuff like that. Like, I'm dead broke almost. But going back to Tesla stock, guys, look at this. Let's go interval of 1 day. It reached an all-time low. Look at that. From 410 bucks all the way down to 187. And you know what? It could go lower. We'll look at how low it can go in a bit, but it could go lower. But then again, let's look at Apple again, right? Let's go back to interval of a week. Where's 2008, man? Look at this. It's just a little bump. This bump was, by the way, a 60-70% drop. Compare that to what it is now. Even if you bought right at the crash, like a day before the crash happened at an all-time high, you would have been up crazy. Like, let's say you bought it at the highest at $6.28. Right now the stock is at 138 bucks. That's what, like a 22x, 25x? That's crazy. That's insane. And to put it on the record, guys, yes, put me on the record. In 10 years time, this massive drop from 400 all the way down to, let's say, 150 or 160. Okay, let's just say it's going to go down that low. It's going to look the same thing as 2008 here in Apple. Look at that. Look at that small bump and look at this. That's exactly what's going to happen. Mark my words. Put me on the damn record. Now, how low do I think Tesla stock is going to go? Well, let's go to a chart that I made that I think is really useful, and you'll find it very useful as well. It's called time to buy, pretty much, because we look at every scenario. We look at the bear case, base case, and bull case, 2022 all the way to 2025. I'm suspecting that in 2022, they could do a maximum of 1.35 million vehicles. And in 2025, over 5 million vehicles delivered. Now we'll play around with these numbers in a bit so we can be even extra bearish to see how low this thing can go even from 2025. But even with vehicles with FSD, by the way, I put here 15% conversion rate, not 33%. That's what it should be because it's scaling up that good, and in a couple of years we'll see a lot of vehicles, Tesla vehicles, that will have FSD. But with 15% and the appreciation of the FSD, because it is appreciating, with a 40 PE, we get a net income end of the year almost reaching $13 billion. But what's even more crazier is that with a 40 PE, right now Tesla is trading at 62 PE. If it drops down to a 40 PE, which is just ridiculous, and I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen, I just don't see it happening. And if it does, I just have to keep buying, man. I just can't let these prices slip away. And as you guys can see, $162 per share. That's insane. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. And yes, this is after they report record Q4 and a net income of almost 13 billion for all of 2022. So a 40 PE, that's crazy. $162 per share. 60 PE, 242, 80 PE, 323. Now, going to 2025 with a 5 million vehicles deliveries with a PE of 20. Guys, with a PE of 20. Do you guys think in 2025, Tesla's going to be in a PE of 20? Now, maybe if you only add and include the vehicles and FSD. If you forget everything else, if you forget the insurance, the energy, the full capability of FSD, because we're only just using a little bit of FSD here, not the full thing, because that's mainly on a subscription. We're using it at a one-time fee instead. And you add the other products and services for Tesla. Obviously, a 20 PE is a joke, but a 20 PE will give you a stock price of $359. Let's say that the stock price did go low as 162. Heck, let's say it went down to 150. That's more than a 2x by 2025, and that's just the bear case. That's insane. But let's be practical, all right? Let's say you bought 100 shares at $200 average, all right? Let's see. At the bear case of 2022, which is $162 per share, you're negative $4,000. That's insane. But the bear case for 2023, you're up 2,000. In fact, if you look at all the scenarios here, the bear, base, and bull case for 2025 all the way to 2022, the only time you're losing money is in the bear case of 2022 with a 40 PE. Other than that, you're up. You're up in the stock price. You are up in the stock. You're up in your investment. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. But let's get more bearish. Let's reduce the vehicle numbers and let's see what we get. Let's say in 2022, I predict that they're going to do 1.325 delivered. Look at that. With a 40 PE, stock price of 159. Let's go even lower to 1.3, all right? Because at least that's, I mean, we know for sure that's what's going to happen, 1.3 million. $156 per share with a 40 PE. Market cap below $500 billion. Oh, man, I don't even know what to say here. I don't know what to say here. If this happens, I'm telling you, I've already told you guys what I'm going to do if this happens. But let's look at the other years, all right? Let's go 2022. Let's say instead of doing 2 million, they just do 1.8, all right? Let's say that, all right? Look at that, $175 per share with a 30 PE. God. 2024, let's say instead of over 3 million, they do 2.8, a million more from the 2023. Bear case, 241. And let's say they do 4 million instead of 5 million in 2025. $285 per share with a market cap almost reaching $1 trillion with a PE of 20. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. By the way, if these numbers happen, the vehicle deliveries, I mean, and we are out of the recession, hopefully in the next like 6 to 12 months, or things just get better, hopefully, then most likely the base case will become true from 2023 and onwards. So maybe 292 by next year if they deliver 1.8 million vehicles. And then 386, 499. Again, even with the bearish case, even though we reduce the numbers here for deliveries, you're still only down for 2022 of the bear case. The rest of it, you're up. You're up. Sheesh, that's insane. But that's what I'm trying to say, guys, man. Relax. Chill. In the worst case scenario, in 5 years' time, you're still gonna be making money. But for now, the question is, now what? What do we do? Do we sell? Do we buy? Do we hide? What do we do? Well, if you want my opinion, I'm going all in. I'm buying more. I'm buying more. I'm just buying more. That's all I'm doing. I'm just buying more. And the reason why I'm buying more is because obviously Tesla is a big valued stock. I mean, in my opinion, it's a probably the biggest risk-adjusted stock you can buy right now. In 10 years time, because again guys, I'm investing for at least 10 years. I mean, at least to 2030, so 8 years from now and beyond. So I don't care what happens to the stock market today, tomorrow, or the day after. In fact, I'm one of those guys that's hoping the stock could go down. I'd never short Tesla stock. I just buy more when it goes down. But what should you do? Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, so take everything I say with a grain of salt and always do your research before dipping into any stock. But if you want my recommendation, my suggestion is that if you're a long-term investor in Tesla, why are you panicking today or tomorrow or next week or even the next year? You're a long-term investor. A long-term investor means at least 5 years of buying and holding the stock, investing in the stock. At least 5 years. So you shouldn't be panicking. In fact, if you're that long in the Tesla stock, you should be buying more. Most likely you were buying at the 400s, 300s when FOMO got you. Now the stock price is crashing and you are begging for a price like this and yet you're scared to buy? You're scared to invest? Come on, man. Let's not get your emotions into it because the stock market is not a place where your emotions go wild because you could go broke if you allow it. The greatest example, as I just showed you, Apple in 2008 crashed from $7 to almost $2.50. Fear. But then after that, it 25x'd from then till now. And all you did was hold. You didn't do anything. You didn't buy more. You didn't sell. You just let it sit, come back to it 10 years time, 15 years time. Oh, look. My $10,000 investment has now turned to $250,000. Sheesh. But for those of you guys that aren't investing into Tesla stock for the long term, well, there's more pain ahead. And if you're using that money to pay your rent, to pay your finance, to pay your mortgages, it's not a good idea to be invested in Tesla or the stock market in general for the next 3 to 6, maybe even all of 2023. Remember guys, investing in the stock market is a long-term game. Unless you're a trader, swing trader, day trader, the stock market are for those who invest for the long term. Warren Buffett said it the best actually, and that's absolutely true. I've been investing in the stock market for about 10 to 12 years and I made a lot of money in the stock market. But another thing that I want to mention here is that if you're a long-term investor and you're afraid of this big stock market crash, and if this is your first stock market crash, I get it. I feel it. I know what you mean. I know how you feel. I've been through market corrections and market crashes. This is my third one going through right now, and it sucks, but it's a blessing in disguise if you know what the scope will be in the next 5 to 10 years, which we do cover here for Tesla for the next 5 to 10 years. So the message for you that I have is patience, patience, patience. Again, Warren Buffett said it the best. I have the quote on the screen here so you know exactly what his quote was, but it's so true. So true. The more patient you are, the more invested you are in the stock market, the more money you will make. It's a fact. We have 100 years of history for it. And the saying goes, guys, time in the market always beats timing the market. That's all. So I hope you guys are feeling a whole lot better after watching this video. Again, it's not something that you guys should be scared of. Yes, it's scary to see your portfolio down 50, 60%. But in these situations, you gotta look far. You gotta look why you invested. You gotta look in the next 5 to 10, 20, 15 years down the line to calm yourself down and to reassure yourself why you invested in this particular company or in the stock market in general. So chill. Everything's gonna be alright in the long term. In fact, things are gonna be a whole lot better than alright because Tesla Q4 deliveries are going to be a record, and that's a fact. Here's my prediction on what the numbers will be. Check it out. Let me know your thoughts on it. Don't forget to check out some merch and subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.